welcome back to The Girl in the Garden. Hi, I'm Tina, and still working in the garden. We'll do a garden tour soon, hopefully. Maybe I'll just show you my seedlings because it's been so wet and rainy that I have not got anything for summer planted yet. So, I am growing potatoes, and so I thought, well, I don't know, because I try to show you how I use the stuff I grow. But anyway, it's Friday, and we're going to have a Friday night snack down. That's right, we're just having snacks. We find that sometimes we cook so many times during the week, we don't get all the leftovers eaten. So we're not making a whole bunch of food tonight. We're just going to make some appetizers or snacks. So potatoes, I'm going to make a potato salad in a jacket. I've seen it on the internet called deviled potatoes. We're going to make a veggie pizza out of the crescent roll and the cream cheese. We're going to stuff the mushrooms with the artichoke jalapeno dip. There'll be seasonings, spices. I'll be using a little bit of olive oil. And yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight. We're just going to munch on this while we play cards or dice or something. So hopefully you'll stick around and join us and see what I can come up with, okay? All right, so I'm going to get started with our potatoes. All right, let's get to our first snack for Friday snack down. I saw several things online about deviled potatoes, not eggs, potatoes. And I thought that sounds interesting. So I looked at several of them, and people do them all different ways. So my idea is I'm going to kind of make it like being able to have potato salad as a finger food. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to slice these potatoes in half, put a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, put them in the baking dish, and I'm going to bake them for 40 minutes at 400 degrees. Let's get started. And here's what my potatoes look like as I'm getting ready to put them in the oven. A little bit of oil sitting on top. We don't need that. All right, 400 for 40 minutes. I'm probably going to cover these with foil the last 20 minutes to make sure the flesh stays nice and soft. All right, we'll be back. All right, our potatoes have to cook for 40 minutes, so we're gonna let them cook. Crescent rolls, I'm gonna flatten them out on the stone here. I'm gonna pinch all of the seams together. I'm gonna chop up some carrots, some zucchini. I am growing carrots in my garden. I don't have any that's ready though. I've got some homegrown radishes and a turnip. And then I'm going to make the smeary stuff. What's it called? You know. Anyway, cream cheese and some sour cream with some seasonings. All right, let me get to chopping, and as soon as those potatoes come out, I'll show you the crescent rolls and we'll get them in the oven. All right, here is our crescent roll, and you can see I've just kind of pinched them together. Doesn't have to look that good. You're going to have the spread on top and sprinkled with chopped veggies on top. Let's get this cooking so we can move along. All right, there's my chopped veggies. And at the last minute, I decided not to do the radishes. Instead, I chopped up a little bit of broccoli so I could have some bright green in there. This is 4 ounces of cream cheese, about 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and then I just added salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder until I like the flavor. So, our bread is out, or I should say our crescent roll is out. So it needs to cool. Once it does, then I can get this built. All right, we are moving right along for our Snack Down Friday. All right. Every time I turn on the camera, I have to cough. All right, I'm going to stuff these little mushrooms with that artichoke dip, and I've just decided that those stems I took out of the mushrooms, I'm going to chop and put it in with my chopped vegetables to go on top of our, I guess I call it a veggie pizza. I don't know. I've had the recipe forever for that, so I'm not sure what it was ever called. All right, I'm just going to use a spoon and put that dip right down in the center of these mushrooms, and then I'm going to bake them at 350. All right, let's pop these mushrooms in the oven. I have my oven on at 350. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll see if there's anything on the internet about how long to cook stuffed mushrooms, and we'll see. Anyway, let's get the mushroom stems chopped up. So I'm ready to sprinkle my vegetables on my crescent roll flatbread, whatever you want to call it. And then our potatoes are almost cool enough as well for me to start on those. All right, I'll be right back. Back to our potatoes out of the oven, nice and cool. So now I'm just going to spoon out the flesh out of the potatoes and probably use some mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, maybe pickle relish, just because I'm tired of chopping. I usually chop my own pickles when I put them in things, but we'll see. And let's see if we can create something that's delicious. All right, I'll be back. All right, our potatoes are scooped out. I ended up using a melon baller. Much easier than a spoon. A spoon will work, but it kind of tore up the shells of the potatoes. Here is our mixture. I'm just going to use that spoon to put the mixture right on in there. They do not get baked again, nothing. It's just like having potato salad as a finger food. The other thing is nice is the peels on the potatoes. When you start to eat it, you can actually peel it right off. It comes off really easy. So let me get them filled and I'll show you our end product. Let me see if I have something pretty to sprinkle on it. All right, I don't know, do we call it veggie flatbread? Again, I don't know what to call it. I was going to show you the layer of the spread that I put down, and I forgot. Excuse me, of course I have to cough. I turned on the camera. Anyway, it's really a thin layer. You can put it as thick as you want, but I put it only kind of to glue down the veggies, and then I just top the veggies. Yes, my hands are clean. And I always overdo the veggies, so there's lots of veggies on there. And this just stays cold. It can go in the fridge. I will warn you that tomorrow the crescent rolls will be, I don't want to say soggy, but damp. So this is for me, it's a make and eat in one day kind of thing, or it's going to go to waste. Luckily, my chickens will love it. All right, the other thing is, I still have all of these mushroom stems to use in something. So, if you have any ideas of how I could use those mushroom stems, hey, hit me up in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. All right, moving on. Oh, you know what? Our mushrooms just came out. Let me show you them. All right, here's our mushrooms with the artichoke jalapeno dip stuffed in the middle, baked at 350 for, I ended up doing 20 minutes. Yeah, that's what they look like. All right, so I think I have one thing left, and that is the shrimp appetizer. So I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup to give myself a little bit more room, and then we'll come back with the shrimp. All right, well, I forgot to hit record. So basically, I seasoned the shrimp, which are as big as prawns, with salt, pepper, paprika, and cayenne pepper. And then I cooked them on each side for 3 minutes. They're supposed to actually sit on top of the sliced cucumber and the guacamole, but they're so big you would not be able to see what's underneath it. So we'll just pick one up here. You can see that. You can't really see, right? So I left it that way. I can't lick my fingers because I don't want to, die. All right, so let's see what all we got here. Let's go back to this first. Okay, so you want to make sure that the shrimp are smaller. I didn't even think about it. Maybe get a larger cucumber. I don't know. But anyway, and that guacamole that you see on there, that's actually from Saturday's video, the guacamole that I froze. We still used it. I just dug around and got the green parts out. So I'm sure my son will love that. So let's see what all we got. We got our potato salad in a jacket. We've got our artichoke and jalapeno stuffed mushrooms. We've got our shrimp appetizer that's a little bit deconstructed. And then we've got our veggie pizza. It's facing the wrong way, but that's okay. So anyway, I've kind of taste tested as I did this. Everything is absolutely delicious. Everything looks nice. I got some cleanup to do, and we got some eating to do. So tonight is Friday snack down while we play cards and or dice. Those shrimp look really good. Anyway, this is Tina, the girl in the garden, and I hope you enjoy the recipes that I've shared with you. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. It's always free to subscribe. And then put in the comment below, what would you do with all those extra mushroom pieces that you chopped? What would you do with it? All right, so anyway, I'm pretty happy with all the food I made. And we're going to grab some paper plates and we're going to get to munching down. Thank you again for spending all this time with me while I went through all of this. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time here, the girl in the garden. Bye.